Oh, hey there!
I didn't see you guys come in. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at a speed paint, and I'm going to show you some of my fakemon. If you like these digital art speed paints, or just like watching me make some fakemon, make sure you like and subscribe to let me know.
Hi everyone, it's Nick with NIXart Studio. Thanks for joining me today. I originally filmed this little opening about a month and a half ago. I was just putting the video together and decided to refilm this opening because my original plan had changed quite a bit. We're taking a look at this book that I have. This is a drawing prompt generator sketchbook. So it's a series of 100 different drawing prompts. Each of the drawing prompts has a kind of like a fill in the blank part, and to fill in that blank, all you have to do is roll on the indicated table. It'll tell you what table or tables to roll on. You go ahead and roll, and it'll help you kind of generate your own drawing prompt. So I was gonna do 2 or 3 of these for the video. I rolled out 2 of them. The first one is what the video is about, so you'll see that as we go. The second one was a superhero one, but I got really into the first one, the drawing your own fakemon, and kind of decided just to make the video about that, and figured I would show you guys a couple of my other fakemon that I made in the past. I have a speed drawing of the fakemon that I rolled in the prompt book. I unfortunately do not have any footage of me creating the other ones. I made them years ago, and I have a little mock-up I made of my different fakemon. You'll see a quick little montage of me rolling some dice, and then we'll take a look at the drawing process.
Here's my book. It is a sketch prompt generator titled 100 Helpful Drawing Prompts. It's available now on Amazon. The info's up on the screen if you're interested in checking it out. Here's a quick little look at the tables. I have over 25 different tables you can check out, each of them with a whole bunch of different results on there. Here's a little example page. You can see there's an area to write down the results from your prompt, and plenty of room to draw as well. There's even some blank pages in there too. And here's a little look at one of the tables. Not only do the tables have blank areas, but there's even some blank tables so you can make up your own. Check it out, available now on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description and in the comments. Let's get rolling! Dice, that is. Here's a quick little montage of me rolling some dice. My prompt tells me what dice to roll and what table to roll it on. The corresponding number will tell me what word to incorporate in my prompt. I started by rolling a D100 or percentile dice to determine which of my 100 prompts I would use. I rolled number 8. Number 8 essentially has me create a humanoid fakemon. I rolled a 4 on a D4, which means I'm going to have 4 extra traits. I got a Nixie on the humanoid table. And then for vibe and genre, I got noir and hypnotic. Up next, I rolled a D20 4 different times for my additional traits. I got Pac-Man frog, fly agaric mushroom. For profession, I got a trickster or con man, and then I also got a random object, a necktie. I wonder how I'll put these together. Let's take a look. I start by writing down my words so I don't forget what I have to incorporate. And then I go on to some rough sketching before refining it a little bit. And then it's on to my final inking. After I'm done doing my line art, I move on to doing some colors. I like to start with flats. I played around with this for quite a bit, trying out a few different colors, playing around with the values, and trying out some different textures. Once I'm happy with that, I add a layer for shadow and then a layer for highlights. It was fun trying to figure out how to incorporate all the different ideas I had in here. For the mushroom, I made it into a fedora hat. Fedora I thought went along better with the idea of it being kind of noir themed. For the trickster slash con man, I sort of had the idea that he was maybe like a dirty cop or a gangster. I kept the colors very desaturated. I thought that would fit in with the noir theme, and you can see his tongue hanging out as a tie. I'll discuss more about his character concept later. For now, let's move on and take a better look at the finished product. Introducing... Wait, what's this? A wild fakemon appeared. I've never seen this one before. Let's catch it. go Fakey Ball! Oh, I whacked it right in the face. Oh, what's this? Did I get it? Yes!
New Fakemon registered.
NIXart, the fungal frog fakemon. This fakemon hides and lurks in dark, murky swamps, waiting for its victims, lashing out with shadowy tendrils. It has vast hypnotic powers it can use to lure prey closer or trick them into seeing something else. It's believed that their hypnosis comes not from psychic powers, but rather from spores emitted from its mushroom cap.
Okay, so here is NIXart, the fungal frog fakemon. As you can see, I gave it what I think are pretty good stats. I'm not actually great at the stats. I don't know. If you think they could be better, let me know. But I gave it really good special attack, special defense, and speed. With a lot of different influences, it was a bit hard to decide what type it would be, but I did land on Dark and Fairy. But in the end, I decided that Dark not only fit it for the noir theme, but also tied back into the NIXie origin, along with Fairy for that same reason. I felt that in terms of Pokemon, a NIXie was kinda like a fairy, in the sense that it is a mythological folklore creature. And much like a NIXie, NIXart loves to lure people in, though NIXart prefers to use its mind-altering hypnotic spores from its mushrooms to do so, instead of shape-changing. I guess you could say it cons people or tricks them. Let's take a look at another one of my Fakemon. I don't have a speed drawing for this one, but here it is.
The Lillipod, the flower mimic fakemon. While this fakemon looks like a flower, it's actually a camouflage technique. The Lillipod can alter its color and pattern easily to help it blend in with the flowers around it. The three stamens sticking out in between the petals are actually antennae-like sensory organs. Lacking eyes, it uses these feelers to detect the world around it. What looks like flower petals are actually more akin to wings or fins that are used to help it move as it glides through the air floating by unknown means. On top of its head is a long horn used for attacks, along with several strong vine-like tentacles, 3 on males, 2 on females.
This tiny Fakemon, Lillipod, was heavily inspired by daylilies, along with cephalopods. And despite looking like it should be a grass type, it is a mimic, and is a dark poison type. Lillipod are tiny, to say the least. It measures at only...
Groups of these Fakemon will hide and rest amongst fields of flowers, anchoring themselves upside down by hooking their horns to the stem of a flower. Passers-by never even see them.
Wow, okay, just interrupt me. Like I was saying, they're 8 inches. Lillipod doesn't have great stats. I imagine it'd have some sort of special gimmick or ability to help make up for that. Let's take a look at one more.
Agua, the water dog Fakemon. Frequently found near bodies of water, this Fakemon will playfully pounce on others, often dragging them into the water with it. While not meaning to cause harm, it can be quite dangerous. It's unknown whether the water is part of Agua-9's body or merely water controlled by the Fakemon. Agua-9 are also known to be capable of releasing toxic-smelling gas when agitated.
Agua-9 is a water and fighting type, and his influences are pretty straightforward. He's a water-type dog. He does evolve from another Pokemon. I haven't drawn it yet, but I have it planned out, and plan on having him evolve into another Pokemon as well. If I ever finish the entire line, there will be an overarching theme that kind of makes its influences stand out a little bit more, and Agua-9 would look like more than just a water dog. If you are picking up on any of the other themes or influences, or have some theories about the rest of the line, drop it in the comments. If you have any thoughts about what his stats should be, along with any moves or abilities, drop those in the comments too. Let's take a quick look at a size comparison between the 3 Fakemon and a trainer. Here's a profile sketch I did. Here's a digital painting I did of Lillipod hanging out in a field. I also did an acrylic painting of this. If you'd like to see that, drop a D in the chat. Let me see them D. Here's the original little Agua-9 info card I made back in about 2020, with and without noxious gas. And that's it for me today. This has been Nick with NIXart Studio, and thanks for stopping by. Hit that like button if you like what you saw today, and why don't you share the video, maybe add some comments. You know, all that good stuff. And use that bell to do whatever the bell does.
And I have a little mock-up I made of my different fakemon. I spent so long doing those little graphic things, hoping I can reuse them on some other fakemon drawings. If this video does well, or if you're just interested in seeing me do some more fakemon drawings, go ahead and let me know.